Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another episode of Star Trek New Horizons. Today we are doing a ship design tutorial. I'll show you all the different modules and what each module does, including like these here. I started off here because I've gone and researched all the technologies. Well, I've used the cheat command code to research all technologies just so you can see. So first off, we'll start with this one. I won't go through all of them. I'll just show you pretty much like what these ones do. So we've currently got the photon technology breakthrough. So these sort of technologies, if we just click on here, oh, I didn't mean to zoom out. These give advancements to your current weapons that you use. So for example, we've got rapid fire photon torpedoes or high yield photon torpedoes. Pretty much self-explanatory. Rapid fire photons will allow your ships to fire them more quickly. However, at a reduction of damage, and they can only be fitted to smaller ships. Whereas the high yield ones, of course, bigger damage, but they don't fire as much. But they can only be fitted on larger vessels. So we'll just rapidly click some of them, and it's the same for these, but instead of damage, yield, or fire rate, a lot of them are about armor penetrating or shield penetrating. So a lot of these ones pretty much just come down to your preferences. So if I just delete all these, of course we've got the better ships as well. I've literally clicked on researched all, as I said, and so we'll just get rid of these. Don't really matter. What we need to look at is the ship designer. When it wants to load, it's probably got a lot of things to load, so we'll just give it a quick second. No, don't do this to me now, game. Come on. Finally. Okay, so it's finally decided to load it in. Again, we've had to research them all, so we get a quick view of a lot of things that we get. We do realise, but we also get the deep space stations, just like the Klingons. So if we go to, I don't know, which ship should we use? Frigates, California class. Okay, well at least we know that in my Federation playthrough we can get these bad boys. USS Cerritos. I wonder if that's something we can actually build in shipyards. I know I'm supposed to be doing a tutorial here, so we'll just go to, hopefully, what the fuck is that? Okay. I'm going to go to my favourite ship in all of Star Trek. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ah, there it is. The Constitution class. Not Constitution, Sovereign class. So, right. So obviously you've got all your modules. Let me just take them off so I can go through them with you. Well, I can't take them off. But, yeah. Right. So we'll start down here. Well, first off, you can click up here. It says Heavy Cruiser and Engineering Quarters. You can change them to whichever kind you prefer. So over here, obviously, we've got Tactical, Science, and Torpedoes as weapon slots. Over here, we have Engineering. The weapon slots, aren't they? Yeah. So I believe that's... Yeah, like... What do you call them? Fighter wings. So these, just down to what kind of ships you want. Do you want, like, not torpedo cruisers, but more phaser banks, or heavy phaser banks, and very heavy phaser banks? That's what that one is. Or do you want, like, a more universal kind of class? What's the light one? Oh, is that very heavy? Yeah, very heavy. So that's very heavy, medium, or light, and torpedoes, and torpedo bays. Or you can have heavy. Oh no, it's medium. Oh my god. Well, that's heavy, right? Right, yes. So The colours are variations of the weapons, which obviously a light one isn't going to do as much damage as a heavy one. Or you can have mediums and heavies, and then this colour is very heavy. So obviously you've got your basic phases, the particle phases and the Andorian phases, which is the thing that I was thinking you could do through Member World Research. You've got your Tetrion disruptors, which I didn't even realise we could use. Okay. Plasma disruptors. Okay, I don't think you get all these. I think that's just because I've gone down research all technologies just for this. So I wouldn't particularly expect to see these. But pretty much this you can just put phases in. This one you can put attack squads in. This one is your photons, so or your torpedoes, sorry. So you can use polaron beams, which obviously we can't use because you're the Federation. Armor piercing or shield piercing torpedoes. Very heavy. You can put, I don't know, what should we put in? Hull breach phaser. So that's it for your weapon slots. Again, don't take everything you see here as what you can get as the Federation. I think it's just a mix-up of all the species weapons all put into one, because I've done this just to show you all the modules you can get for like down here and stuff. So that's it for the weapons. Again, for the engineering quarters, you can choose whether you want engineering slots, tactical slots, or science quarters. As this is the Sovereign class, we'll choose the tactical quarters, because the Sovereign is a pure like battle ship. Over here, you've got your Chroniton reactors, or your reactors, which pretty much just gives you increased power. If you don't have a warp, if you don't have the warp engine to give you that power, you can just use a reactor. So, well, I can't do it right now, but say you put all your top weapons and top equipment on here. You don't have a better one than, say, I don't know, that. Oh, look, we're in a power deficit. You can go up reactors. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, this is going to be... But there you go. So we're now in positive. You have reactive armor, which will increase your hit points. To start off with, you do get... the reactive armor you can put on for nothing, but as you progress up, it will cost you, like, deuterium. Anything else that it might cost? Yeah, it'll cost you some of the special resources that you've got up here. So that's it for the armor. You've got engineering stations, which just gives a straight up 3% bonus. Well, it won't be 3% straight away. I think it's like 1% or 2% bonus to armor, shields, and ship hull points. Yeah, so armor, hull, and shields. Okay, I've not seen these ones. You do get like shield generators, which just straight up improve the hit points of your shields. You can get daily armor regen. Yes, this will be the equivalent of the crew quarters. No, that's the crew quarters, never mind. You do unlock more stuff, so pretty much you just look at these and whichever one takes your fancy. If you've got an available slot, boom, put it on like that. So I'll put that. I like the shield. I like the regen actually. Is that shield? Is that shield regen though? Armor and shield. We'll take that and go on. We'll put a shield generator on to increase our shield hit points, like so. So weapons. What we got? Got a tactical station. Ship weapon range 10% and damage. Okay, I think I'll have that. Hull damage 10%, shield damage 10%, armor damage 10%, or just 6% weapon damage. Well, since we've got weapon range and damage, I'll put shield damage and armor. No, not hull, armor damage. I'll put on that one. Thank you. And then on your science consoles, you've got location ops. Cetacean? I don't know how you say that. Which I think show like dolphins, right? Yeah. So like the smarty dolphins you can put on. You will get things like computers. Click on that. Yeah, so you get like computers, computer cores, just tracking, and so the case the ops thing here is the upgrade to that. So you start off with this, which gives you your tracking, and evasion. So if we hide that again, so we'll put cation ops on for tracking. Anything that you can get for evasion as well. So you get the holographic science station. Oh, I'll just click that for now. So you get a science station, and then you eventually get to the holographic station. So the tier 1s are the ones you get first, and obviously you'll upgrade, and then you can just put them on. Inertial dampeners will help you with evasion, so we'll put that on there for now. Also, masked stealth holes and low profile signatures will give you a bonus to evasion as well. You can get impulse afterburners, which just increase your speed. Secondary navigational deflector, which will increase your warp speed if you wish. So that's all we have for the science station. If we look in the... what would this one be? Life support? Yellow auxiliary, there you go. So if we look at auxiliary, you've got additional bulkheads, which doesn't go anywhere else, it's just that, which obviously increases your armor and hull points. Shield emitters, which gives you daily shield regen, which is pretty nice. Shield emitters 3, which magically goes from 1 to 3, okay. So whatever the first one is, so if you look at that, shield regen 10, the next upgrades like 3 and 4 is just the same, it just increases it dramatically. We've got emergency backup systems, which combat disengagement chance, so if your fleets are in a massive, if your fleets get intercepted, say, by, as we've seen in many of my playthroughs, multiple fleets at once, if you want them to disengage and not be destroyed, put these on, because that'll give you an extra 3% chance to actually get out and your ships won't die. Now we come to the ones that I like, which is the crew pods, which just gives you a daily hull and armor regen. So pretty much your shields automatically regenerate anyway over time when not in combat, or sometimes actually in combat actually. So I always put these on, so if they do get through your shields, because there is a chance that they switch targets, this just pretty much heals your hull and armor, which otherwise you can't do without going to a starbase for repairs. So this is why I like to put these on. Obviously I go for crew quarters when I can, so we just put that on there for now. We've got repair stations which just repair the hull. This doesn't repair any of the armor, which is better than the crew quarters because it repairs more of the hull, but I always use crew quarters just to repair the armor as well. Now you've got your operations command stations. Operation stations just gives daily armor regen. Command station, what? Daily hull, armor and shield regen. 5/5. What's the one that I use? 5/5. So that is the exact same as my crew quarters. It just repairs 5.5 shields. So overall, that one is actually better. Well, look at that, lads. I've come and done a tutorial for you, and I found something out. Well, I'll definitely use the holographic command station then. That's pretty much it for the quarters and the non-weapon specific modules you can put on. Now, if we come down here, you probably won't get these on your early ships, but like a battle bridge, we can put a fleet battle bridge in, which increases weapon damage and fire rate. These ones give an effect on all your ships in a certain range. As you can see, Aura of Command buffs the weapon performance of all friendly ships in range. Now, this doesn't affect the ship it's on. So, in order for this ship, say we built one Sovereign class and a fleet of, I don't know, 10 Constitution classes, it will only affect the 10 Constitution classes within a certain range. If we built 2 Sovereigns and 10 Constitutions, then it will also give the effect on the other Sovereign, and the other Sovereign will give that ship an effect, as well as any of the Constitutions that surround it. I don't know why I'm doing this with my mouse, I just... yeah. And then obviously you can upgrade it to give a better effect from 3 to 5%. We have holographic ship projectors, which large hollow emitters mounted on the hull allow for full-size holographic projections of ships, making one ship look like an armada. Okay. So these ones, as you can see, holographic ship projector, increased evasion, effect on own fleet. So I believe that means that the entire fleet in the fleet that this ship is in will give a 10% evasion bonus to all ships within its fleet. So that one doesn't upgrade any further, so you'd only get that one. You do get an extended shields, which is again an effect on own fleet, which increases regen, which can actually increase it up to 25%. That is mad. So if you wanted a sheep, okay then. If you wanted a fleet of ships with faster regenning shields, this would be the way to go. We've got Minesweeper, pretty self-explanatory. It sweeps mines and detects mines. And we've got Exotic Matter Torpedo, which disrupts the buffing auras of all enemy battleships in range. No enemy ship will receive any buff. So pretty much this one will cancel out any enemy ships versions of these. Pretty much. So we'll just go for that one. This over here, you start off with fail-safe systems, which just gives you a standard 3% disengagement chance. You can put science, engineering, or tactical consoles, which science is 2 and 2 for tracking and evasion, 5%. Science console gives 2 and 2 tracking and accuracy, with 5% evasion and 5% sublight speed. These ones don't get any upgraded further than what they are. Engineering console just gives 10% for armor, hull, and shield hit points, and tactical is just a straight up 10% weapons damage. You get central structural integrity field, which just increases the ship's hull points by 20%. High energy focusing array, which gives ship weapons range 25%. God damn, that's decent. You got backup warp coils, which just increase your warp speed again. Subspace differential sensor suite, which increases sensor range by 1. So if your fleet is in one system, depending on your sensor range in general, if you've got like the Ascension perk for it, this will just add an additional one so you can detect in other systems. Exographic targeting sensor, which just gives you a straight up plus 12 tracking, which I believe the higher tracking you have, if you have a higher tracking than an enemy ship's evasion, it just increases the amount, increases the chance of the ship being able to hit the target. We've got a temporal Spitfire, which just gives 14% ship fire rate, but you have to have 3 time crystals, and as you can see, it will also affect the upkeep of the ship. Which one am I on? This one. And a temporal rewinder, which is just that one. No, it's not. Never mind. Which just increases sublight speed to 30%. So I think I'll actually take the tracking. So here we come to the armors now. Now, this is the one that every ship just starts off with. And as you can see, the more you progress, the more better it becomes. So it just goes to ship hull points, and then evasion, god damn, sublight speed. And then, does it upgrade anymore? Oh, wow. I like the fact that it's... Oh, yeah, no, the whole point's going up. Does it upgrade anymore? You get to there, which then... What? That's kind of crap, you know? You get to 10% evasion, 10% sublight speed with a plus 4,390 hull points to that. Oh, that's why, because it's that again. So you get different variations. So, I'm assuming half of these aren't... The Federation isn't supposed to have, like... But I think this is the one that we get. So, yeah, you get a different variation of hull. That, again, it's up to you on what you want. Do you want more hull and armor? Or do you want, like, the extra evasion and sublight speed? So, we'll just choose that one for now, which actually gives minus 5% ship upkeep. Right, yeah, that's what's happening. So as you can see up to here, because when we have the events of do you want high impulse or low impulse thrusters, this is the max one on the high impulse, which, yeah, you start off with a base ship speed of minus 50%. Then you go up to, yeah. So this is if you want, up to here, is if you want ships to go faster. If you choose the low impulse, and you choose these ones, you can get... It does increase the speed, but not as much as what these ones would do. So 150% for the max one, compared to 95%, but it gives you, like, 61 plus on chance to evade, whereas these ones give you 47. And then again, I'm assuming these are different ones again. Yeah, so if you choose... Is this the... I think these are the max shield hit points. And then... Is that must be the max regenerate. You will get an event when you get a certain shield technology, which gives you... Do you want more, like, shield hit points, or do you want regenerative? Yeah, there we go. So you can either have shields that have a large health pool of points, or you can have shields that don't have as many. Like if we look, 14,800, or I'm looking here, or 1,800, 100. So you get like 3,000 less, but you get a lot more. My maths isn't that very good. So we'll say around 7 extra regen per day. So again, it depends on whether you want to have ships that have faster regen shields or just more capacity in their shields. Next we go to the computer interfaces, which I don't think you get an event to change these. So we start with that one. Is it that one or is it that one? No, it's not that one. I think it's that one. And then you can upgrade to your optical computers, and then Utronic computers. So these just give more accuracy, tracking, and damage to your weapons. The max one giving you 12 tracking, 12 accuracy, 25 tracking, and plus 19% ship weapon damage. And then again, your warp engines, so what's the difference with these again? Combat and... So yes, these ones, which ones is it? You get up to tier 3, and then I think you get the event, which means you can either go through these ones, which give more warp speed, so you can travel between systems faster, or these ones, which gives more energy to the weapon systems. So that's warp speed 6 to 5%, 26, 26. Whereas this one's 700, but yeah. So these are combat warp engines, which you obviously, again, you can't have both. You've got to pick one of the lines. You either get the line that gives more warp speed or more weapon damage. Now again, I always choose the fastest options because I want my fleets to be able to get to certain points quickly. I leave the weapon damage to like these modules up here. But again, it's up to your choice. Crew compartments. Now, crew compartments? Okay. You start off with the human crew. You can get cybernetic crew. Again, these are all just... These give different bonuses. I believe when you make... or you found the Federation, you can have interspecies crew. I believe so. I can't remember what bonus that gives. But again, this is just up to your preference. You can have whichever. You can have weapon damage, evasion, chance to disengage, accuracy, regen, or just hull points again. That is completely up to you. Some ships you'll be able to have refits. So this is currently the Sovereign class heavy cruiser. But if I was to go to... Surely one of these has got one, right? What am I looking at? I'm pretty sure some of these have... There we go. You can see here, when you get the Centaur class, you just get the standard Centaur class light cruiser, but you can upgrade it to the Resolute class light cruiser, which will give more bonuses for you. So, obviously, there's no harm in it. You'd always want to choose the highest one. But, apart from that, as I said before, depending on what you put on your ship, so we should have some heavy Tyrellium plating. So as you see, Tyrellium plating costs 1 Tyrellium, but it will also cost 0.01 to upkeep. So whatever sort of systems you put on, see if we can find another one that uses other... Right, so that's Time Crystal. Put Time Crystal one on there. Whatever resource you have to use for the modules, you will have to use to upkeep them. So if you have, I don't know, 10 ships of this sort of design, you will be losing 0.10 time crystals and Tyrellium. So just be mindful of that. But I believe that is everything. There's nothing I have done. You can also, if you watch my series, just auto-complete ships. So it will automatically design and put what it thinks is best. I personally prefer to just manually design my own ship, so I know what I'm putting on. But again, that's up to you. So that is it for this video. I hope it has helped, or at least helped you understand a little bit more of what you can and cannot do. Again, though, just be wary that this is showing all techs, so you won't get the regenerative shields and the covariant shields. But if it has helped, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you really fancy it, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see all you guys in the next episode. See ya!